Right then, hello, good evening and welcome. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knick-Knack. I do the daily teaser every morning. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're floating around somewhere on YouTube. I also talk about movies I've watched, and I think I'm a week or two away from catching another one. Please follow my channel, hit subscribe, and you'll see that floating past if you also hit the notification bell. I also talk about TV shows I've been watching, and just recently I've been catching up with Star Trek Picard's second season, which I should add is absolutely fantastic. And I've also been following season 4 of smash TV hit Stranger Things. Their last night was the 16th of August. It was a Tuesday, and as is common for a Tuesday, I watched an episode of Stranger Things. Last night, Chapter 8, Papa. Chapter 8, Papa, picks up from where the massacre at Hawkins' lab left off and shows us a young Eleven confronting Dr. Brenner, Matthew Modine, after having beaten Henry Krill, the young man who becomes Vecna. It shifts again to show us Nancy stuck in the Upside Down, being given a warning by Vector and a message for Eleven.
Tell her everything.
Post-titles, we move to Kamchatka in the Soviet Union, where Joyce and the newly released Hopper are talking about the gap between since now and the last time they saw each other. The pair, along with Ivan, Murray and Yuri, Nikolai Nikoliev, Brett Gelman and Nikolai Jurichko, I hope I've got that right, trying to find a route out of the Kamchatka base that doesn't involve the locked dungeon in Cell Block 2. There's things in Cell Block 2. Back in the States, in Nevada, at Project Nina, Eleven is coming around from extremely deep sedation. The Indies' flashbacks have been powerful enough to restore her abilities, something that Doctors Brenner and Owens, Paul Reiser, seem pleased about, although the pair seem differ about what she should do. Owens is happy for Eleven to help her friends in Hawkins, although warning her that it will be dangerous. Brenner, on the other hand, wants Eleven to stay at the base for further training. Taking on Henry Creel is a job he believes is way, way, way too dangerous. Elsewhere, in a van on the open road heading for Nevada, are Jonathan, Will, Argyle and Mike, Charlie Heaton, Noah Schnapp, Eduardo Franco and Finn Wolfhard. They're intent on rescuing Eleven from the Nina project, with the optimistic Will planning out what she and Mike should be doing once she's free. Back in Hawkins, Nancy, Natalia Dyer, is recounting everything that's happened to her in the Upside Down, to Erica, Eddie, Steve, Robin and Max, Priya Ferguson, Joseph Quinn, Joe Carey, Maya Hook and Sadie Sink. From what she's able to tell them, Vecna needs just one more victim in order to conquer the world. And as the poor Max points out, the only person for the job is Max herself. She is going to need protection. Now, what did I make of Papa? Was it literally, as I always say at this stage of the proceedings, was it good, bad, or indifferent? I've got to admit to a certain amount of mixed feelings again. This is a superbly written and superbly acted piece. Indeed, during the first 25 minutes or so that I've tried to summarise here, it sees Will, Noah Schnapp, talking to Mike in a way that I think to most of us, me included, made it perfectly clear that Will is deeply in love, unrequitedly, with Mike. Will is saying it without actually saying so, whilst focusing on Mike's relationship with Eleven. Mike, and you can tell by his face, quickly cottons on that this is what's going on here, as does Jonathan, Will's older brother, played by Charlie Heaton. He knows it as well. The only person in the van that doesn't is, of course, the perpetually stoned Argyle. But Will's speech and his breakdown in tears, it's this little bit of revelation is all done with faces. It's all done with expressions. It's all done in a way that I very rarely have seen. Although saying that, the other recent example I know of was in Mercy, the last episode of Star Trek Picard I saw. It's faces. It's a talented thing. Talented, well-trained actors seem to be able to do. It's all done, especially on TV and in film, with faces and not just with spoken words. However, as beautifully written and as wonderfully active as Papa was, this episode's big drawback for me, it was like other episodes in this season, was simply its length. It is not as long as the massacre at Hawkins' lab, and it's not as well paced. That was 2 episodes. That was a double episode, the massacre at Hawkins' lab, and it was very well paced, so it doesn't feel like a 2-episode job. It is a lot better paid than Papa. That, to me, is a little disappointed. It could maybe have been trimmed, possibly here, possibly there. I don't know. And with all that said, this is not going to stop me watching the next episode. If you're following my reviews, you'll know I've been watching this season of Stranger Things in conjunction with Star Trek Picard. And I will be watching the next episode of Picard on Friday the 19th of August. It's going to be called Hide and Seek, and I'll be posting my written and video reviews of it the day after, on the 20th. I will be watching The Piggyback, the last episode of Stranger Things Series 4, on Tuesday the 23rd of August, and I'll be posting my written and video reviews of it on the 24th. I hope you'd love to join me. I hope you have a good week. Take care, be good, and don't get eaten.